Hey, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. So glad you could join me today. I have a great meal prep for you. We're going to get it done in minimum time with maximum results. See, my oven's already preheated. It's all ready to go. If you're new here, guys, my name is Vicki-Lynne. So glad you could join me in my kitchen it's my happy place where we're creating great recipes and eating healthy. I follow a plant-based diet, mostly a plant-based diet. And if that interests you, I also do some grocery hauls of what I eat in a day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Love to have you in our family. And scooch on over and hit that bell icon so you know every time one of my videos goes up. So again, I follow the starch solution, but I also implement other people like Dr. Greger and Dr. Furman just to balance everything out. But I don't cook with oil, and I do a high-carb, low-fat diet. And I'm on a journey to, 1, get healthy, 2, lower my cholesterol, and 3, get my body moving every day. That's my plan, and I hope you come along with that journey too, and I hope you're doing the same. So we're going to get into the kitchen, and we're going to start our meal prep and get everything going. So as we always know, with our meal prep, we want to put in the things that are going to take the longest, or the other things that can be set aside, forgotten about as we work through it, because we want time management. Very important. When we want to meal prep, we don't want to be in the kitchen all day long, but we want to have nutritious, delicious food waiting for us. So when that hunger monster comes, we're not going for the chips and anything that's bad for us. Okay, so let's get going. All right, so we're going to start, and the first things that we're going to get going, first we're going to put on our apron. I am your vegan queen. Yes, we are. What we're going to do is I'm going to put in some sweet potatoes in the oven, some for breakfast with a little bit of cinnamon and maybe some bananas on it. I might even take one and make some delicious sweet potato brownies. Those are a great healthy treat. Actually, believe it or not, they're very healthy. And now we're also going to get our potatoes going in our Instant Pot. And so I'm cooking 2 different types of potatoes. I'm cooking russets, and the russets I use for making fries or hash browns in the morning, anything like that. Cut them up, put them in any of our dishes. And then I'm using some Yukon gold potatoes because I want to make some mashed potatoes and some of my potato salad. And if you've been here before, you know my potato salad is delicious and it doesn't last around our house whatsoever. So in go the Yukon gold. Don't forget to put water in your Instant Pot. I have done that in the past. Surprise, surprise. So we're just going to get our Instant Pot going. Make sure your lid's, and we're going to make sure it's set to seal. And I'm going to cook these for about 15 minutes. And we're going to do 14. And we're going to let those go. And we're going to move on. All right, so while our sweet potatoes are in the oven, we want to maximize using our oven. So I'm going to make some baked oatmeal. Always a fan favorite in our house. We love it because it's a meal prep thing. You can eat it all week, or you can eat it every other day. But it's super simple to make, super easy. And so today we're going to make a berry blend one. Our favorite, I think, in this house, honestly, is lemon blueberry, but I don't want to make that every time for you guys. And it's super simple. We're just going to use some chia seeds, a banana, some oatmeal, and we're going to get into it. So let me show you how we're going to do this. So to make these baked oatmeal, super simple, we're going to use a banana. We're going to smash it up. Try to get it really nice and smashed. Now mine isn't super ripe. It's better with super ripe bananas, but they're okay. We're using this for the sweetness, and they're still delicious. So now that we have that all kind of mashed up, this is basically a dump and bake recipe. So what we're going to start with is I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of chia seed. That's going to work like our egg and hold this all together. Now you could make a chia egg first if you wanted to, but again, this recipe is so super simple, we're going to keep it simple. Some cinnamon. I would say a teaspoon. You can put as much as you want in, just because I love cinnamon. And cinnamon is really good for regulating your blood sugar. A little bit of vanilla. And then the star of the show is oats. So you can do this with all rolled oats. I prefer, for a more kind of tender, delicious, creamy kind of baked oatmeal, I like using both. So I'm going to use a cup of the old-fashioned rolled oats and then a cup of just the quick oats, because these are kind of broken down a little bit. It does give you that different, and you'll see it actually turns out so amazing. And then we're just going to add our milk. Again, super simple. I'm using almond milk. You could use vanilla flavored almond milk, whatever you have. If you use soy milk, again, any plant-based milk, guys. We're keeping this super simple. Just going to mix this. I'm going to mix this all together first. And you want to make sure that all your oatmeal gets in there and it's soaking in the liquid, because we want that to bake properly. And then we're going to add in our mixed berries. And I would probably add about 2 cups of mixed berries. So this has strawberries, blackberries, blueberries. Just going to throw that in, and I think some raspberries. We need about 2 cups. Again, mix them in. Delicious. So excited. Again, can't go wrong with baked oatmeal, guys. It is so easy, so perfect for meal prep. All right, so we're going to take this now, put this in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Depends on how kind of creamy and soft you want your baked oats. So our next thing in our meal prep, we're going to make a big salad, because everybody loves salad, and it's, again, hot right now, so I don't like always having hot stuff. So we're going to start with our salad, and I'm going to show you how to mix and match it with lots of carnivorous, I always struggle with that word, carnivorous vegetables in there, so to bump up the high density nutrition. Okay, so we're starting with a couple of heads of romaine. And I'm just going to cut these, and we're going to soak them a little bit and clean them. And while they're soaking, again, start with the thing that takes the longest, because I want to soak this and clean it. We're going to start with that, and then we're going to move on to our other vegetables. Super simple, super easy. You want to make those bite sized. I'm just going to cut those in half. Okay, I'm just going to soak it, and I'm actually soaking it, I'm not soaking it in super cold water, I'm soaking it in kind of just room temperature water, because that actually will allow the lettuce to absorb the water and crisp up. So if you actually throw it in really cold water to start, it's not going to happen. So you want to do just kind of, I don't know, room temperature, but not super cold. And then after it's sat for a little bit, you can add a few ice cubes to chill it down and make it even crispier, and then you're all set to go. So we're going to put that aside. We're going to let that soak for a few minutes, and then we're going to move on to some of our other vegetables. So I'm going to do, so what I like to do with my salads is some things I leave out, like tomatoes I don't put in while I'm meal prepping, because I like to put them in fresh. Same thing with mushrooms. So I'm just going to do some carrots. That one we're going to shred. Our salad has soaked. I'm just drying it. I love a salad spinner. I don't know. Leave me kind of in the comments down below. Do you guys use salad spinners or tea towels to dry your greens? I just find these things are the cat's meow. All right. So we're going to make sure that you want to make sure that your lettuce is super dry. And what I always like to do, take a paper towel, put it on the bottom. That's going to absorb any extra moisture, so your salad will stay nice and crispy and good all week long. Not that the salad is going to last us all week long, but at least it's going to. So we got our salad in there. I've cut up my carrots into carrot sticks, and now I'm just going to shred this carrot and put on top of that. The carrots are, full of vitamin C, vitamin A, great for your eyes. And they're a little sweet, so they're nice on top of any salad. I'm going to grate the whole carrot. I might not use it all in the salad. I might put some aside because I was thinking with that cabbage, I could make a little coleslaw this week. But at least having the majority of your stuff done saves you on a whole bunch of time, aggravation, and stopping at any fast food place on the way home. All right, so I'm going to call it quits on that. That'll be my snack later. And then we have our carrot. So I'm just going to yes, and I'm going to save this actually for my coleslaw. So we're going to add some cucumber to our salad because cucumber is great. That'll last all week too, not a problem. But I'm going to use half my cucumber for snacking and half my cucumber for my salad. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then for the salad, I just make it super simple. Cut it in half. Cut those in half. But you can put like rounds. You could put half moons, whatever you want. I just find it, I like everything kind of bite-sized. And you're not falling to get everything in your mouth because this is going to be delicious. Okay, so cucumbers are going to go on our salad. Easy peasy. It's looking delicious. And then I'm just going to cut these into rounds. And those are going to go in our little snack container. Snacking stuff. Purple cabbage, red cabbage, whatever you want to call it. I call it purple cabbage. We're going to add that to our salad. So I'm just going to take, and I think I'm going to split it in half, and then I'm just going to very thinly slice it. I don't think it gets enough love, to be honest. I don't think we use enough purple cabbage. And we want, obviously, all the colors of the rainbow in our salad. So I'm just going to take that. Now you could shred it if you want to use your food processor and shred your cabbage. You go for it. I like it to be a little bit more texture. Now, if I make my coleslaw, I would probably do that in the food processor because it's way easier. And now I'm going to use some green cabbage. Again, for sprinkle that on. Our potatoes are done. Thank you, Mr. Instant Pot. Okay. So like that's basic what I do, and then when I'm ready to serve, we do our individual things, and we add some mushrooms and the tomatoes. I'm just waiting for my tomatoes actually to ripen a little bit more, and so just gonna stir our oven so our oatmeal is ready. Everything's coming together. See how this all works? So that's gonna go in our fridge, and we're good to go on that. The last thing I want to prep is some jicama. I don't know if you've ever heard of jicama. It is actually very cool. It's a very cool vegetable. And it's great for snacking. I don't know. No, I'm gonna peel it with my knife. I trust my knife skills way more. So you're just gonna peel your jicama. It has kind of a cross between, I think, like a potato and I don't know, and an apple. Baby, my husband is my cameraman today. He's helping me out, which I'm super grateful for. And he introduced me to jicama. This is something that he's eaten all of his life. And he's behind the camera Mouthing. You can speak, honey. What else do we use jicama for?
Just as snacks. It's a great snack with a little lime juice.
There you go.
Just sprinkle a little lime juice under, or squeeze lime or lemon juice under, mostly lime juice, and then a little tahini or a little chile de árbol, and that's a great snack that way.
There you go. So when you pick out your jicama, you want to make sure that it's very firm. You don't want anything that's like squishy. It's not good anymore. Don't grab that one. And now we're just going to cut it into strips so that we can snack on it. And then you're just going to want to cut like long strips just for snacking, just like you would do for a carrot or anything else. Yep, so it's definitely like crunchy like a potato. Has a little bit of a little sweetness to it. Not super sweet, but I'm just saying it's just like not bitter. Super delicious. And the other thing you can do, if you're having people over, you can take some of your jicama sticks. Now you could put hummus or whatever in the bottom. I'm just showing you real quick because we're just like, I'm in the middle of filming, but it just came to me. Or a little bit of a longer, obviously longer carrots, right? And a few of your cucumbers on the side. And then you have individual servings for your guests. Again, obviously make your carrots a little bit longer. And you could also quarter your cucumbers, and you have a great way to serve fresh vegetables all the time, and who doesn't love them? All right, so our baked oatmeal is all ready. Let me just check it. Look how delicious that is, guys. Super simple, super delicious. Can't wait to eat that. Now you could cook it a little bit longer. I'm just gonna check. It's all baked nicely. I'm just gonna leave it. We still have our sweet potatoes in the oven. I'm going to jack up the heat actually on that because I put them in at 350 because of the oatmeal, but I'm just gonna jack them to 400 and let those cook. All right, now who doesn't like something sweet? We need to treat ourselves but still stay healthy. I'm gonna show you how to make some chocolate hummus, super simple. Looking at my freezer, I had cooked chickpeas, so let's use those. You're gonna want like a can of chickpeas, which is about 1.5 cups. Super simple. We're going to have, dry ingredients first. We're gonna do about 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder or cacao powder. Now remember, if you're using cacao powder, it's not as sweet. It has a little bit more of a bitter taste, but it has more antioxidants. So you just may want to adjust your recipe a little bit. Depends on what you like. Depends on how sweet you like things. I'm going to use a little splash of vanilla. Oh, don't worry. All the measurements are going to be down below, guys. Super simple. I never leave you hanging. I always give you the recipe. And I need tahini. So come to the fridge. We're gonna go get our tahini. I've been using this Swoon one. Obviously not sponsored, guys, but I do like it. Give it a good stir before you use it, always, for your tahini, just to make sure. But this one is nice and, as I like to say, drippy. You want something really super smooth, not like a really thick one. And again, it's like 1 can of your chickpeas and then 1/3 of a cup of everything else, except for the vanilla, of course. Okay, I'm also going to add just a little bit of salt. Now, if you are salt-free, don't add it. That's fine. I'm just literally adding a pinch because salt will enhance the chocolate flavor and it'll just bring everything together. And this is it for now. So we're going to start this. We're going to blend it, and then as we need to, we're going to add some plant-based milk just to thin it out and make it the consistency you want. So it depends on what you're using it for. If you like a nice thick hummus, go with that. If you want something a little bit thinner for like dipping all your fruits in, which I love chocolate. I love chocolate hummus and my apples all the time, and you're getting a great protein, and you're getting your fruit, and what can I say? It's all good. Oh, and you're also getting some omega-3s from the tahini because those are sesame seeds ground up. We're all good to go. So we're going to blend this up, and it's going to be a little loud, so hang on tight. So as it's processing, don't forget to stop it every once in a while. Scrape down your sides. My processor's not the best, so it's going to take me a lot longer. I should have actually put it in my Vitamix, so if you have a high-speed blender, it's probably your better bet. I am going to add a little bit of plant-based milk, just because I want mine to be a little bit smoother, a little bit more runny. Not even runny, but just softer to dip everything into. And then just keep blending it and scraping down and adding your milk until you get the consistency that you want. Okay, look at what we have now. We have delicious, healthy chocolate hummus. Super simple. How many ingredients? 3, 4, depending if you want vanilla, whatever. Smooth and delicious. And great for dipping in your apples or any other thing. Oh, strawberries would be so good too. And always check it. Can you believe it's chickpeas and it's chocolate and it's delicious? Hope you guys try this one. You guys have to try it. I will next time definitely do it in my high-speed blender so it'd be even smoother than it is. The final thing we're going to finish up with our meal prep. Remember we did our potatoes. They've finished. I let them kind of cool a little bit, but they're still warm. We're going to make our quick potato salad. Now, it's horrible in this house right now because I don't have any celery. And we love having a ton of celery. I'm going to make this anyway and then get some celery and add it to it. So, you could use some celery seed, celery salt. So I'm just chopping these. Now I have a bunch already in the bowl, but you don't need to see me chop all the potatoes up. And you can let them cool more. I like doing them when they're warm because they absorb the mustard and the dill pickle juice. Okay. So in our bowl we're going to go. Now, I've diced up some potatoes. Oh, sorry. I've diced up some onions. And yes, I did that beforehand because I always cry. But actually, these white ones didn't make me cry today. But I might have spoken too soon. So, in with the onions, we would add celery. You could add even radish would be great. Now, adding dill pickles. I love dill pickles. And that's kind of the mainstay of this salad. So let's bring it in. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to add some pickle juice. I always save my pickle juice because there's so many other different uses for it. You can actually pickle your vegetables in it if you want. So we're just going to put in some pickle juice. And this one always goes, my yellow mustard. So we're going to use yellow mustard. And again, I'm eyeballing, you're going to eyeball too. It's super simple. And I always like adding a sweet and spicy one. This is a Southwest, so this is different than the one I normally use. I couldn't find the one I usually have, so I'm just going to add that in. But I can guarantee you that this will not last in our house for very long once it's chilled. Oh, and of course, a little salt and pepper. Unless you don't like salt, don't use it. Just going to give it a little sprinkle. And pepper. Use fresh black pepper. And then you're just going to give it a little taste, see what it needs. If it needs more yellow mustard, more spicy mustard. That's pretty good. Now we have this gorgeous potato salad. Get that spoon out of there. This gorgeous potato salad, fat-free, but full of flavor. Remember I told you I was bringing the flavor in 2023. There we go. I want to thank you all for joining me. If you've lasted this long on my video, 2 thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button anyway if you're enjoying my videos. It really does help with the algorithm. And I can't wait to see you in my next video.